Hi everybody, welcome to the course GE3151 Problem Solving and Python Programming. So this particular subject, it is having 5 units. So what we did for your convenience, for the students' convenience, we divided each unit into some lessons. So first unit, we divided into 9 lessons. So today in this video, we are going to discuss the first lesson. Okay, so unit number 1, computational thinking and problem solving. So this is the first unit, unit number 1. The first lesson is fundamentals of computing. In this lesson, we are going to cover the following topics. What is a computer? What is a computer program? Computer instructions, programming languages, computer programmer, data processing and data processing steps. So these are the following things, that means we are going to discuss in this video. Let me start. The first question, the first basic question is, what is a computer? So there are many definitions available. Okay, you can see the first definition, second one, third one. So let me give me a summary of all these things. So computer means it is a EDP. Okay, that means electronic data processing machine. Okay, electronic data processing machine. So what exactly it is? A machine which is going to process the data by using some electronic components. Okay, let me just go in the reverse. A machine which is processing all the data, whatever the data you are giving, you are providing. So it is going to process by using some electronic circuits. So this is electronic data processing machine. Then all the other definition, if you see, it's a collection of hardware and software. So the two important things will be available in every machine, every computer if you take. So there should be a hardware, okay, some collection of hardware and some collection of software will be available. So hardware, we can see, we can touch and we can feel. A software is a program, okay, or an instructions which is going to be a very logical one. So a computer is going to be a collection of all these things. We can see in the next slide, a computer, a very simple block diagram of a computer is given here. So this is a very simple block diagram, so which is having 3 important parts. The first one is the input. So the input is going to be your data. So whatever the data you are giving, so that is going to be the input. There. The output we can expect from your system. So this is going to be the information. The information which is coming out from the machine, okay, we are going to say as the output. So in between, we are having a very important concept which is called processing. So whatever the data sent into the machine, so the machine is going to process. Okay, it is going to do some process. What is the process? What do you mean by process? Means some operations. So for example, it can do some addition process, okay, or it can do some subtraction, multiplication, okay, or division, okay, any other process. So the process is an operation which will be done by the system. Then finally it is going to generate the output. The output is going to be the information. Now in between we have another 2 components. Okay, the first one is a control unit. So the control unit is a very important component in a machine which is going to control all the units. So the control unit will control the input, the control unit will control the output unit, control unit will control the processor, control unit will control the memory unit. So everything will be controlled by the control unit. So we are going to discuss about this in the coming lessons. Now the next one is a memory unit. A memory unit is nothing, it's going to store the data. Okay, whatever the input given, so the input can be stored here, or after processing, whatever the output you are getting, the output also you can go and store it in the memory unit. So this is a very simple block diagram of a machine, of a computer. Now the next one is a computer program. So what is a computer program? Okay, you can see this is an example. I'm having an example here. So this is a computer program. So what this particular program is going to do means it is going to add 2 numbers and then the result will be printed. Okay, for example, you can see in the line number 1, I'm having, okay, I'm getting the input from the user, enter the first number. Okay, I'm getting the input from the user. Then the second line also, enter the second number, I'm going to get the second number from the user. Okay, for example, let it be 10 and 20. Okay, so the data is given by the user. This is the data given by the user is 10 and 20. Then in the third line, I'm going to find the result. Okay, I'm going to do some process here. So what is the process means? I'm adding num1 plus num2. So the number 1 and number 2, that means 10 and 20. Okay, I'm asking my machine to compute, to do some process. Then I'm going to print. In the fourth line, I'm going to print the result. The output will be printed, so the output is going to be 30. So what we understand from this means, this is a program. A program is a collection of instructions. So the first line is an instruction, second line is an instruction, third line is an instruction, and fourth line is an instruction. So in every line, okay, I am giving an instruction to my machine. Okay, get the input from the user, process the data and print it. So step by step I am going. So each and everything, it is going to be the instruction. So what is a computer program? Means a computer program is a collection of instructions. So your system is going to follow, your computer system is going to follow the instructions given by you. So one by one, okay, it will execute. So this is all about the computer program. Now let me go to the next one. The next one is the instructions. I already explained this to you in the previous slide itself. Okay, so what is an instruction? Means a clear cut information to the machine, what the machine must do. Okay, what the machine should do. Okay, that is called an instruction. So every line is an instruction. I already explained. Now in the instructions, there are different types of instructions we can give. Okay, so we can say instructions, or we can say it is an operation. Okay, that should be done by the machine. So for example, I am giving C equal to A plus B, means my machine must add these two. It must. Okay, it's an addition operation. So like this, what are all the different operations available? Means there are plenty of operations available. So the first one, the basic thing is the arithmetic operations. So arithmetic operation means you can do addition, okay, subtraction, multiplication, then division. Okay, all these things are coming under the arithmetic operations. Now the control flow operations. Okay, we'll study in the second lecture, lecture number 2. That means in the unit number 2, we'll study about this control flow. So what is this means? The example is like decision making. So if statement, if this is true, if this is false, okay, what you have to do? So we can make some branches. Okay, if statements we can use, and we can make some branches. So this is one type of operation we can do. Then the next one is the loops. So this also we are going to study in unit number 3. Okay, the loops means some set of statements. Okay, either 2 or 3 or 4, some set of statements will be repeated n number of times. Okay, it will be repeated n number of times. So that is called the loops. So you can have the loops in your program. You can have the if statement. Okay, that means the branching statements, additional operations. Okay, subtraction, multiplication. So all these things we can have. Then we can have reading or writing the data. So this already we discussed. Input, getting the input. Okay, printing the output. So printing the output in a different format. Okay, different formats we can use. So all these things are coming under the data manipulation. Then finally we have something called functions. So this is covered in lecture number 4, I think. In the 4th unit it will be covered. So what is a function? How to create a user defined function? So all these things we can discuss in the coming lessons. Now, so what we understand from here? Instruction is a clear cut information given by the user to the machine. The machine will follow it. Okay, so whatever you give, the machine will follow, and these are all the different types of operations we can do by using our instructions. Now let me go to the next slide. In the next slide we can see programming language. So let us take the language, the word language I am taking. So what is a language? A language is a communication tool, so used by human beings. Even we are using, okay, I'm just communicating with you by using English. So English is the language I'm using, it's a tool. It's the same thing, we have Tamil language, there are so many different languages available. Now if a user, I'm a user, okay, or I can say I'm a computer programmer, okay, a software engineer, okay, I can say like this. So a software engineer wants to communicate with a machine. So this is the machine, okay, I want to communicate with this. So how can I communicate? Means you need a programming language. So using the programming language only, where a user can communicate with the machine. So programming language, it's having its own syntax, characters, okay, character set, numbers, okay, same. You take English. So English having the same, okay, that means A to Z. So there are 26 letters available. Using these 26 letters, you can make your own sentence, word, anything. The same thing, a programming language will have some set of characters, set of symbols, then some syntax. Syntax means rules to be followed. Okay, you have to follow the rule and you have to write the program. So there are plenty of programming language available. Okay, you can see these are all the examples for programming languages. So the first one is a basic beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. formula translation, which is called Fortran. Then Pascal, COBOL. Okay, COBOL means it can be expanded like this: common business oriented language. Then we have C programming language, C++ programming language, Java programming language, Python, JavaScript, Ruby, Shift, PHP, or etc. So there are so many other programming languages available. Now, as an engineering student, you must be aware of 3 programming languages. Okay, a very important one. So what are they? Means the first one is a Java. Okay, so in the Java programming language, you have to be a master in that. It's a very important one. Then the next programming language is a Python. Okay, this is the course. We are going to study about the Python in this particular video series. Then the very important language is C programming language. So as an engineering student, you have to be aware of the basics and the fundamentals of these 3 programming languages. Okay, C, Java, and Python. So this is all about the programming languages. Now, let me go to the next one. So the next topic is computer programmer. So who is a computer programmer? You and me. So if you know a programming language, you are going to write some programs and you are going to communicate with the machine. So you and me are the computer programmer. So this is myself. I know Python programming language. Okay, or you can say this is an engineering student from our college. So he knows the Python programming language and he is going to communicate with the machine by using some programs using Python. Okay, so a programmer is a person who writes program using any programming language. So you can use Python or C or C++ or you can use a Java programming language. So using any programming language, you can write your own programs and you can instruct the computer to do something. Now, so you must write a program. You must know how to write the programs. Okay, so this is a very important one. Software engineers, they are going to write the programs, but you cannot write the program directly. So I am a software engineer means, okay, or I am a computer programmer means I cannot directly write the programs. Okay, you are not allowed to write like this. So before that, we need to do something else. Okay, before writing the program, we need to do something else. So what does that means? You need to write an algorithm. Okay, the algorithm should be written. Okay, you have to design the algorithms, or you can say you have to write the algorithm first. So the algorithm should be written. Then you have to draw the flow charts. There is something called flow chart is also available. Flow chart. So we have to draw the flow charts. Then only, okay, you are allowed to go for the programs. So this is a conventional method. Okay, the rule we have to follow. So any problem, okay, you take, this is my problem, I want to solve this problem means you take the problem first, then convert the problem into algorithm. Okay, I am not explaining what is algorithm now, okay, because we are going to study what is algorithm, what is flowchart, everything in the coming videos we are going to see. Now, so take a problem, identify a problem, the problem should be converted into an algorithm. Algorithm means a step by step, okay, a step by step procedure. Then the algorithm should be converted into the flowchart. Okay, a flowchart, it will be as a picture, a diagram. Okay, a diagrammatic representation. Then we can write a program. So a software engineer or a computer programmer will follow these steps. So what is algorithm? How to write an algorithm? What is a flowchart? How to draw the flowchart? And there is something else called pseudocode. Okay, pseudocode is also available. You can go for an algorithm or you can go for a pseudocode. So this also you can do. Okay, all these 3 things we are going to study in the coming videos. Okay, so this is all about computer programmer. Now, let me go for the next slide. The next slide is a data processing. I already told. So what is data? So data means it is called raw fact. Okay, it is called the raw fact. So it's fact, but we cannot do anything by using that. So it won't give any proper information for you. So that is called the data. So the data could be anything. Okay, it could be in the form of a number, okay, text, images, audio, okay, video. So it could be anything. So the data is not at all processed. It is not completely processed. So this is called the raw fact. So these are all examples for data. Okay, so the age of the students, okay, a list of names, the types of fruits, yes, no, then some dates, appointment dates. So these are all the examples for data. So data in a very simple way, which is not at all processed. Okay, it is having meaning. it's true, it's fact, but it is wrong. Okay, I'll give you a simple example how to understand this in the coming slide. I'll give you a very simple example. Now, the next one is a processing. So what is processing? Means you can do any type of operation. You can see this block diagram. So this is the input. That means generally we are going to get the data as the input. So the data will be given to the machine. The process, it is nothing. You write a program for this. Some operations will be going on here. Then finally it is going to produce the output. So the output I am going to say it is information. Okay, it is the information. So if you want to store the information, you can save the information. If you want to save the data, you can save the data. Okay, so this is the entire data processing steps. Now, if you are not able to understand this, I'll give a very simple example how to understand this data and information. Okay, many students they confuse. Okay, so usually in the class, if I ask a question, data equal to information, true or false, means, so usually the students they will confuse. Somebody will give true, somebody will say false. So the correct answer is false. Data and information are not same. Okay, so data is called the raw fact, information is called processed data. Okay, a very simple example. Okay, this is rice. Okay, this is rice and chicken, raw. So directly you cannot eat it. Okay, so what is process means, I am going to put all the ingredients and I am going to cook it. So cook is a process. Then finally I am going to have a nice biryani, chicken biryani I am going to get. So the chicken biryani is going to be the information. So there is a lot of difference between the rice chicken, that means the raw rice chicken and the cooked biryani. Okay, there is a lot of difference available. So the information is, okay, the cooked, a well cooked chicken biryani is the information. So you can keep this example in your mind. So this is how the process, the steps are going on. Then going to the process, we already discussed about this. There are a lot of types of process we can do. Arithmetic operations we can do, if statement, branching we can do, okay, looping we can do, we can create our own functions. So the plenty of process we can do it on your data. So these are all we are going to cover in the coming units, unit number 2, 3, 4, 5. It is different types of operations. Okay, what are all the operations available? You can do it on a data. We are going to discuss in the coming units. Now, so this is a summary. So what we discussed in this particular lesson means, so what is a computer? What is a computer programmer? What is a computer? Computer program, computer instructions, programming language, computer programmer, data processing and data processing steps. So these are the things we covered in this. Keep watching. Thank you.